Hey everyone, how's it all going? I am, of course, HMS Studios Mocks and Tutorials, and today I will be making a bit of a different episode than normal. So, today is my 100 subscriber special. Now, instead of a normal Fleet Building 101 tutorial, today I will be showing you how to customize your very own Republic fighter tank. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because this model right here, this beautiful model, is a custom Republic fighter tank that I made, and more importantly, it is the profile picture of my YouTube channel. Now, just a little disclaimer, this won't be a straight tutorial, it'll be more of like a guide. So with that out of the way, let's start modding. Alright, so the area that we're gonna start off first with is the very top. So as you can see, in both of these fighter tanks, I have made the top a lot more angular and squared off, which is accurate to all the source materials that I can find. You can really do that just like with whatever white tiles you can find, but more importantly, what I've done is if you lift this hatch up, I've replaced some of the pieces on the sides with these edged pieces, so that when you close the hatch, it pretty much seals it right up. Whereas on the previous models, it would basically look like this, and there would be like a big hole there. So, in my opinion, this really helps to flesh out that cockpit area. So, step one, do all that. I think it really makes it good, and it doesn't affect the ability to put figures in there. Step two is to add a little cannon on the top. Now, there are two ways that I would advise doing this. The first example, I'll show it to you in this vehicle. So, pop the hatch up. Now, you got this little contraption. Let's see if the camera wants to focus. It does not. But basically what it is a small Technic rod with stuck into a stud with a hole on it, and a little Technic pin, and then it goes through one of the neck bracket pieces with a jumper tile on the end to connect it together, and then a clip and a 1x2 tile there. So what that does is you can basically just stick that to the bar that your minifigure is supposed to hold to stand up, or to stick its head out the hatch. So you just connect that like so, and then now you have a very nice mini turret, and it can swivel around. Now, because it uses the bar there, what it means is that you'll have to get like a excuse me, you'll have to get a little stand for your minifigure to stand on, but that shouldn't be too hard. You can just use one of these. These are the perfect height for this. One of these pieces, it doesn't really matter the color because you won't be looking into it probably. So just stick your minifigure to the end of that, stick them in like so, and then bam, a nice little turret. Now, the second way that you could do this is a bit less complicated. So I'll use this tank as an example. So just flip this hatch up. Now remove this piece and then stick it onto one of these pieces. Ideally this is white, but I don't believe I have any of those pieces in white, so I'm just using light bluish gray. Stick it on like that. Take a jumper tile, put it on there, and then You could use the same look for the gun as the other turret, or you could just use a piece like this, stick it on there, and then you can put it there, and then you've got another turret. Now the benefits to this one is that the turret can close with this little, or sorry, the hatch can close with the turret up, while this model, the hatch cannot close. And with this one, you also don't need a separate stand for the minifigure. You can just still use that little bar in there, stick the minifigure on, and then he's there. Although I think it still looks better with the stand. So that's two ways of making a little turret. I should note that I wasn't entirely true that the hatch can't close. You can still close the hatch with this, except the turret just won't be exposed. You can just, you can just take it off and then stick it down like that, then clip it back on, and then it should fit. And then you can close it, but you can't stick any figure in there. So you're probably not going to do that anyway. I don't really know why I showed you that, but you can do it if you want to. So I'll just move that to the side for now. Alright, step number 2 is to change, or rather fix, the guns on the side. Now, the official LEGO version, as I'm sure many of you know, has these stud shooters on the side, and they're all nice for play, I guess, but they don't look very good. Now, I'll have a little tutorial for this part at the end, so it's time-stamped in the description. But basically, you want to make something that looks like this, and then stick like a white 2x2 tile that's rounded, preferably one that has the Republic emblem on it, like this one, but I didn't have enough of those. So yeah, you can do that. It makes it look a lot nicer and a lot more sleek. And you'll notice that this one doesn't have the same turret or the same guns as these. You can really use anything that you want. I've seen designs that have like rounder, stubbier ones, like actual reference models. Some of them are more thin like this, but I like the thin ones, so you can make them however you want. It's your tank. Step 3, or maybe this is step 4, I forget. But basically, if you look at the fighter tank, it's supposed to have these like triangle-shaped viewports, but the LEGO ones are rectangle. So to fix that, what you're gonna want to do is, we'll see, I modded mine to be nice and rectangular, or sorry, triangular, as you can see here and here. So basically, I'm pretty sure the official LEGO version, yeah, so with the official LEGO version, there were some pieces just in there, and all I did is I removed them, and then I took one of these angled, cheesy kind of blocks, or bricks. Actually, these might be tiles, I don't know. Just stick them in like that. And now, instead of having these weird, blocky, rectangle eye slits, they look nice and proper, nice and triangle-y. And I think that is probably one of the best looking mods for this whole video. I just really think that makes it so much nicer. Alright, now on to step 5, I believe. So, For this one, we will be flipping over our tanks. If you are flipping over your tank in real life and following along with this video, I suggest you flip these back, the antennas back, or just take them right off so that they don't bend or snap. That's never good. So just flip these tanks over. Now, the first thing that you might notice is that I have replaced the wheels on the bottom. So basically, the ones that came in the Lego set were these Technic wheels. Of course, the wheels in canon, they don't exist, but they're just so that it looks like the tanks can kind of like hover over like a hard surface. Now, one thing that I've noticed is that because they're hard, they don't have much traction. So whenever I tried to slide my vehicle around, the wheels would just like slide and be all noisy and scratchy. It was not very pleasant. So to solve this, and you will need to do a little bit of finagling with your build, is what I've done is I've replaced them with the normal Lego City wheels with the rubber on the ends, so they roll very nicely. Like, it's basically like you have a car, and I really like that. And you still can't really notice them much from the sides. Still kind of like it's just hovering. So you will. The only downside to that is that they take up a little more space because they're a little wider than these ones. So you will have to kind of hollow out some of the spaces. Excuse me. You will have to hollow out some of those spaces in order for it to work, but I really think that this is definitely a very worthwhile modification, especially if you're planning on ever rolling it around, because without it, it can be very annoying. So do that. And now, I think this is modification 7 or 6. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But the final one is adding missiles. Who doesn't love missiles? I love missiles. You probably love missiles. I don't know who doesn't love missiles. So, even though we've removed the stud shooters from the arm guns, why does that mean we can't have other missiles? So here at the bottom of this one, I have installed some dual spring-loaded shooters. You can use any color you want. I just use orange because I like that color. So as you can see, well, let's see if my camera will actually pick this up. Let's see. I'll show you how to build this in a second, but basically, just push down, bang. Now, there's missiles, and at least according to the 2017 Battlefront 2, the missiles came out from the bottom of the tank, which is why my missiles are there, and why I like them more than the ARM missiles. So, basically, as you can see, it's a little hard, the lighting isn't that great, but you can see that's some of the missile, and that's some of the missile. So, what I've done is I have hollowed out the bottom of this tank. Whoops. What I've done is I have hollowed out the bottom of this tank even more. So basically the main part of this missile shooter is this contraption here. I'll also put a link in the description for the timestamp of this, because I will also show you how to build this. But basically, it's a missile shooter, but it flips it upside down, so you don't need to really flip the vehicle upside down. You can just kind of be holding it like this and then shoot it. I don't have any missiles in there right now, which is why it's not shooting. But yeah, you can just hold it like this, and you can shoot. Yeah, I think it works pretty well. Again, there is a bit of a downside with like space-wise. 1 second. Okay, so basically, in order for it to fit, you will have to really like shave down the insides of this model. As you can see here, if you look very closely in this section, right there is a piece that is like this, but it's black and it's 2 studs taller. And so the reason I have that there is because basically the spring-loaded missile is so long that, like, in the actual build there was a plate running across here, but because the spring-loaded shooter is so long, it goes past that. But I didn't want there to be a gap there, so you'll kind of have to hollow out the bottom here and then stick that in, so it acts as a barrier for like the people sitting inside the cockpit. And so just do that, it works. Well, yeah, so you can stick these missiles in there, and then I just use this to cover up more of the bottom. And then I also kind of just extended this back piece. You'll see that on the official LEGO one, it's back there, but I kind of liked it farther out. So yeah, you can like hold it like this. Bang. You have a Republic fighter tank with some nice working missiles. Well, that just about wraps it up for the mod review section. Now, let's get on to the tutorial. Well guys, thank you so much for watching this video, but more importantly, thank you so much for 100 subscribers! This channel is actually growing faster than my main channel, and I think it's because I really have a much better and more stronger community on this channel. My stop motion channel is more like, it has catchy thumbnails, and then people see, oh, it's a stop motion, so they watch that. But if you look at my analytics, which obviously you can't because I own my YouTube channel, but if you could, you'd see that this channel has had steady view and subscriber rates ever since it began. My main channel is very sporadic and choppy, and even though it has 3 times the subscribers as this channel, you guys who will watch me here are, I find, to be definitely more loyal, and I really like working on these videos and helping out the community. Also, just want to say sorry for not uploading in like a month, even though I said I would upload sooner. I was away, and then I got sick, and then I got sick again, and now I'm back in school, so don't expect too many videos in the next like few weeks, but I'll try to upload whenever I can, and sometime soon I'll try to make a video on mock requests that everybody has sent me in the comments. I already have a few builds done. I'm not going to tell you which ones, but know that I do have a few, and that eventually, I don't know when, but eventually, a video on all of the mocks you've requested will be coming out. Well, that just about wraps it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching and all the support you've been giving me, like I already said, and yeah, just thank you. Alright, that's it for me. Once again, I am HMS Studios, Mocks and Tutorials, and I'll see you later.